Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Zanthyst with Zanthyst Gaming. We are here in City Skylines and we are going to build a non-stream city. We're trying to start off with a roundabout. Doesn't give us the option to start. So we'll design our own. It does unlock a small one there, but I think I want something bigger than that. So I'm thinking that in order to make it, I'm actually going to draw across and then use the curved roads, because otherwise I'm afraid I'm just not going to do it right, because that seems to be what's happening each time. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out a little and come out a little here. I'm going to connect these 2 points, but then I'm going to bulldoze those sections, and I'm going to come straight up from the middle of it. Is it going to let me do that? Maybe if I zoom in a little bit I can make this work. I don't want it to snap to there. That's how I want it. Alright, perfect. So, we have the start of our unit here. Up to that point is a full section. Alright, so that is 10. I'm not sure how big I really want this to be. 20, 30, 40. So that would be a circle like so. That's decent size. So if that's 40 points, 40 blocks, 40 units, we actually do have a middle point there on the middle snap, which isn't too bad. So it's either that or we go 2 more, which would make it that big. It's a little large. So I think we actually probably want to stop it right there and take it out 2 in each direction. And then it would come out 2 in this direction, which would mean this and this get bulldozed. So that would be the size of our roundabout, which is significantly bigger than this one. And then we just connect it with curved roads and we delete the center. I think that should be fine. I should actually consider the fact that I'm going to be building this with one-way roads though. So I think I just wasted a little bit of money, but it'll be okay. We're going to upgrade these to one-way roads. And then I'm just going to bulldoze the side spokes. Because I think that that's going to change where our snap points are. Yeah, it sure does. No, it doesn't. We still have the same snap points, so I could have just upgraded. Darn. But come out 2 and then come out 2. It might be a little small for what we're looking to do here. Let's go ahead and extend. Let's extend it out 2 more, which means we'll need to move the center point up by 1. And do 1 more on each side. So I know this probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but in my head it makes sense. And I think it'll make sense to you guys once you see what I'm doing. I know I'm wasting a little bit of money here, but I've never done this before. Never done it right before, I should say, specifically. So hopefully this does end up working out. So we're going to drag we're going to do the curve line tool, we're going to drag it to a snap point, and then we're going to curve it up. So it's a perfect circle, is going to be the idea. We're going to do the same thing here, drag it to a snap point, and curve it up. We're going to do the same thing over here, drag it to a snap point, curve it over. We're going to do the same thing here. Again, this is only like my third map ever, and I haven't gotten all that far in my other maps. But I have watched some other people play and realized that some things I've been doing are just going to be really terrible later on. So to try to address that, I'm going to create kind of a roundabout system and see if that helps. Okay. So we have our circle, and we can delete the inner spokes, which we will in a minute. We're just not ready to just yet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and we're going to do one ways onto it, and one ways off of it. So we're going to go 2 spokes over, or 1 spoke over. I think 1 should be enough here. So we go 1 over. Oops, straight line tool. Space is already occupied. I guess we have to go more than 1. Looks like we're gonna have to go 2. Interesting. Or just past 1. Is it gonna be the same on this side? Yeah. Go just past 1, and then we have a merge in. It's a bit of a sharp curve right there, though. That worries me a little. So, I wish I could just go straight in here. It does not look... Oh, there. Now it's actually letting me snap to the first point. Look at that. Alright. That's a little better. Not sure why it wasn't letting me before. But that's okay. We're about the same distance away there. Actually, I think... No, we're not quite. But it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical. No big deal. Do I not have music on right now in the game? It sounds awfully quiet, doesn't it? Oh, that's my main volume's at like nothing. Let's get a little bit of sound going on in here. There we go. Oh, that might be a little loud. I forgot the game volume in this game's really loud. There we go. Hopefully that's okay. Shouldn't drown me out too much. Alright, so we have our entrance to our city kind of planned out here. I'm a little bit worried at it being as close to the highway as it is, but the nice thing here is that the highway off-ramp is quite a long shot from the entrance of my square of my city. So I think we'll be just fine with it the way it is. If it had been closer to the border of my city, I would have had to have made the circle clear up here, but I think it should be fine just like this. Now, we're looking at the way that the river is flowing. I should pause the game because I'm losing money right now. The river is flowing this way, which actually means that we need to build our intake pump down here and our outtake up there. And I see that there's some nice farmland over here. So I'm thinking we're going to come up this way for our industrial zone, as well as for our output for our water pump, and for our like garbage dump and that sort of thing is going to be up here. And then maybe we'll do like a rural housing section over here, and then this section over here by the coast I think is going to be like commercial and residential. And I think that should be just fine to start. So I'm just going to make sure the arrows are all going the right way. They are not. This one is going the wrong way. So going straight around, straight around, straight around, and back in. Good. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off, and we're just going to merge off of the road. And when we merge off of the road, I kind of like it to be at like an exact side. That way when they turn off, they're taking a right... Well... Actually, if they have to slow down to do a full 90-degree turn, that'll slow down traffic quite a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 2 node points down. And then we're actually going to continue this one-way street nonsense. And we're going to just drag it off to the 90-degree point. Right over here. And give them a little bit of a... Kind of want to make it a little bit closer. I want to hit on that first snap point, but it doesn't really want me to. It's saying that the slope is too much slope too steep. Alright, so I guess the best we can do is right before that first node. But if we come out to second node, we can just go straight over, and that would be probably better. It's a lot of wasted space there, though, which I don't particularly love. But I think it'll have to be what it'll have to be. And then we're going to do the same thing. How many nodes? I was 2 nodes away there. So we'll go 2 nodes away here. Perhaps I should have just done 1 node. Now we still wouldn't have been able to do it. Alright, that looks about right. So they should be able to get onto and off of the roundabout rather easily. And not have to worry about slowing down too much until they hit the actual residential zone, which I will put in over here. Now, we're going to go with a 4-lane residential. We're going to go 4 blocks over because that looks like the most we can do. I'm trying to make sure it's actually even, but it's having a little bit of a hard time here. So I'm going to draw this straight through, and then I'm going to go straight. Alright. And right there. I'd really like to go 1 more. And I think I will. Now I know I won't be able to zone that, but 5 I like a lot better. And that'll fit perfectly to the edge here, it looks like, so right on. Alright, that'll be fine. And then up, it's just short of the edge. That is a bummer. Okay, we're gonna have to bulldoze this section and then connect it back to make this work. Which is fine. Alright. And then we need to take it to be 5 over. So I'm thinking we're 3 over right now. 2, less than 2. It's gonna be hard to tell. I suppose it's gonna be like right here. No matter what. Something like that. That could be 5. Five is going to be right here. I believe. Yep, that's 5. And then we can just bring it straight back over to here. Alright, this node point is going to have to be a little bit closer over there. It's unfortunate. Wasted a bit of money there. Alright, we're going to come off of this one instead. And we're going to come to right here. We're just going to go as close as we can. And then we're going to do the same thing the other direction. There we go. I think that would be better anyway. It's a shorter off-ramp, but it'll be fine because it's going onto a 4-lane road. I think it'll be fine. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I have an idea, and I think it'll work. So, alright, we're gonna go with one-ways this way. Though I think I'm gonna make these roads smaller, actually, because they're one-ways. So, yeah, that'll allow me to zone a little bit better, I think. That is the beginning of the block, right? No, it is not. So let me just make sure I'm going to get the right number of streets here. 1, 2, 3, it actually will not let me make the connection there. I'll pull this all the way down here. space is already occupied. What? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Well, that's frustrating. Oh, we're gonna have a little bit of wasted space here, but that's okay. We can use it for like a walking path or something, or a park in the corner, something like that. I don't know, and that'll be fine. All right, so we're just gonna connect these one ways all the way through, and one ways are probably not a great idea, but we're gonna do them in reverse directions. So I'm kind of trying to think of a town I grew up in had this double one-way street thing on Main Street, which really kind of sucked, but it only really sucked because the streets were so narrow. It was like a 1.5 lane one-way down Main Street, which was really weird. But this is going to have a full 2-lane down, 2-lane back, and it's going to have a 4-way road circling it, so that there's lots of chances to get back on. And then I'm going to do cross streets as well. And I think the cross street is going to be one-way too. I'm going to start off in the middle, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do them all, or if I'm just going to... Actually, I better not start off in the middle, because I want to make sure I zone it right. I'm not sure if I'm going to do them all, or if I'm going to do just a middle one, but I'm going to start by zoning the sections here. So it's 4. So I want to be right here. No. So the squares can potentially be 4 wide. So I want to leave 4 in between. So it would be right here, yeah. I could do 8 and just make it house, like side-by-side houses, and that might be a little bit better. If I do that, I should do the same thing up here though, which would mean I delete the middle 2. No, I don't really like that because I don't particularly want... I want commercial around the outside ring, was my idea, and then residential on the inside. I don't know how they'll actually work out, though. I'm also kind of starting to think back to like SimCity and how you did donut blocks in SimCity. I was trying to think of how I could adapt that kind of concept here to make for a little bit more efficient layout. But I know traffic is such a big issue in this game that I'm trying to think of ways to like route traffic efficiently. This feels like I have a lot more roads than I should. Is that because I did this one wrong? I did do 8 across. I did 8 on these. Okay, so I could just do 8 on these then. Alright. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to be one more over from where I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's probably painful to watch. Okay, got it. Nailed it. Let's... Ended up with the wrong number somehow. But I think it'll be okay. We have 8 by 8 square grids, and then this top area, we could extend the highway. That would allow us to extend the highway to be bigger lanes later if we need to, or the outgoing road, and then when we purchase the area down below. So I think that'll work out. It's not ideal, but I think it'll be fine. If I really want to make it perfect, I could just trim this down to there. I do like it like this though, because it gives the same number of one-ways in both directions, which I'm a pretty big fan of. However, I don't particularly love the fact that I can't connect that there. That actually is a pretty big issue. Can I page up maybe and connect it as a little bit of a ramp? No, slope's too steep. Let's adjust the slope change. Okay, sorry, occupied slope too steep. Okay, so I think we'll have to do that because of this bridge part. So we'll reduce the whole thing by a square grid. Which is kind of a bummer and a bit of a waste. But it's fine. So what we'll do, we'll just take these all the way over. So now we have a 4x4, but we have this section that's not quite right. So we're going to delete this top part, and then we're going to upgrade this into a 4-lane road, and this corner into a 4-lane road as well. We'll have 2 one-ways going that way and only one way going back the other way, but I think that'll be okay. Yeah, that should be fine still. Alright, so we need to make sure our one-ways are going in the correct direction. So we got a one-way going that way, and a one-way going the opposite way. Okay, excellent. We have a one-way going down, a one-way going up, and a one-way going down. And that means we have more turning left than right, probably. No, because if they get to the end here and they want to go back, they're going to take a right and go that way. If they get to the end here and want to go back, they're going to take a left and go that way, because that would be the shortest distance versus backtracking up and around, I think. Okay, so I think this should be fine. So let's get our starting zoning in. I'm just gonna zone everything as residential for a moment. I see that there's a break in our zoning potential on the corners here due to elevation. So we might need to do a little bit of terraforming, but I don't think we can do that yet. We can't. So we're SOL there. That's okay. We'll go ahead and just put some commercial around the edges on the outside, I think. And then we'll just do residential on the inside. And that should be just fine. And then we have to get some central services in as well. I think we can actually continue running a 4-lane road parallel here too. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Actually, wait, that is what I want, right? No, it's a 6 lane. No, we don't want a 6 lane. 4 lane's fine. But I wanted to not be on the upgrade tool right there. So yeah, I can run another block down this way. I could run it up and over and curve up to another area as well. So that'll be fine. It wouldn't actually hurt to keep this as just a residential zone and then zone a separate section as commercial, because there is noise pollution from the commercial. I don't really particularly want to make it a traffic light, but that's what that does, unfortunately. Do I have control over that yet? I do, so I can take the traffic light off, because I don't think we really realistically need a traffic light there. Because if they're coming off this way and they're going right, they're fine. If they're coming off this way and they're going straight, they're fine. Nobody's turning left because there is no left turn. Anyone coming back from the other direction here is going to either turn right to go to the commercial district or turn left, but if they're turning left, they will have to cut across here. So we should put a stop sign in right there probably, I suppose. I definitely don't want stoplights on my roundabout. That's 100% no. So let's get rid of those. Okay. They come in here, and then they're free to go straight or to the right. If they're here, they need to stop to look to see if they're turning left or turning right, see if there's oncoming traffic. I think that's fine. And it could potentially back up a little, but I think we should be fine. We're going to take off all these stoplights, and we're going to see how the traffic flows. Hopefully we don't get crashes, though you can't really, so it's not really a worry. But alright, and I'm thinking having like a commercial beachfront property, like commercial properties on the beachfront here would be pretty good, because the land value should be a bit higher. We can't actually toggle land value map yet, but it should be higher on the coastline. So that would probably be a good idea. We could actually extend this around. And make a connection on this side right here as well, in case anyone wants to go to the commercial area. If they'll let me. I might have to bulldoze a little to make this work. Not quite how I want it. Not quite how I want it. Alright, let's just go around then. We'll do a curve tool. Curve around. There. A little bit of a bridge over the water. And then this one will connect straight in down to here. And that should be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. Now this one can have a stoplight, I think, and that would be fine. We don't need a stoplight there. But I think having a stoplight here wouldn't be terrible. Actually, no. Might not even be needed. Let's turn it off. We'll add it in later if we need to. Alright. Now, what I'd like to do is just continue bringing this road over a little more to curves. Kind of want to make it kind of follow this beach property here. And just kind of go along the shoreline a little bit. It's pretty close to a beach side. I think that should be good for land value, and we're going to zone this whole area as commercial. Now we're also going to need some industrial, so we have more places to work for our residents. We're just going to be moving in here. We are also going to need a water pump to intake water in this area, so we can't forget to do that real quick. And I think we'll put it right here. And the noise pollution shouldn't bother the commercial too much. It should be just fine. And then I don't have enough for power. Why do I not have enough for power? Uh-oh. Did I spend that much money? Well... That's problematic. Well, we can't run power lines if we don't have enough for power. We can't run water lines if we don't have power. So we might be SOL. Might have spent too much on my playing around with roundabouts. Alright, well, let's go and start the city up and see what happens. I think you do get a bailout initially if you end up goofing like this. So, hopefully our people stay long enough for us to become profitable, and we will be able to use that bailout money to build power and water. Just for the time being, I'm going to throw a little bit of industrial right along this area. Let's try to get a little bit of profit in, and then we're gonna de-zone that in a little bit. This will not stay like that. All right. So we really need power and water, and it says sewage too. Oh, because I need outflow for... Alright, so we're just gonna wait and hopefully we get that bailout money before everyone leaves town. Because I can't take it out alone because I don't have enough people, so we'll see how it goes. Freshwater Mayor Rocks. Well, I mean, you don't actually have fresh water because there's no electricity in your houses. It's a nice concept, though. We might be able to bring this back from the precipice of defeat. I also forgot to delete these middle roads here, which could refund us a little bit of money, because we don't want these actually here. They create additional junctions that we actually don't want. We're almost to a point where we're not losing all of our money, but we actually want to lose money. I unlocked an achievement for being an unpopular mayor. That's 15% happiness rating. I'm doing the thing team. Just letting their houses fill up with sewage. That's all you have to do. Right, I've unlocked the secret. Alright, see if we get the bailout that I've heard about before. We're losing a whole lot of money. Well, not looking great. Why am I living in this depressing city? Pierce Smith tweets. A blackout again? I can't even email or call the electric company when there's no power, but you can tweet. The streets are flooding with sewage. Awesome. Hooray, the water pump station is pumping. It isn't though. It isn't. People are still moving in despite this mess. They shouldn't be, but they are. Let's get rid of all the abandoned houses. Can't imagine why they'd abandon their houses. Seems blasphemous to me. Gotta stick it out for a little bit longer. I accidentally bulldozed a rock that I liked. Sad. Oh, these guys upgrade their house. I don't know why they would do that. We're playing the bulldoze game right now, team. Okay, we're starting to make more money, which isn't what I want. I actually want us to continue losing money to get that bailout. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pause it. We're gonna up our balance. We're gonna actually speed this up a little. We're gonna increase our budgets for everything and make us lose more money quicker. That way we lose less people overall. Maybe. That's the theory anyway. I think it's at negative 10,000. There we go. Accept a bailout. $50,000 free money. No repayment plan, no interest. Just take the money. Got it. Alright. Now we're in business. Not the ideal way to start, but it is what it is. Alright, so this area will have noise pollution around it, but that is just fine. I actually think I'm going to put it up here. I could put it across the shoreline, because we do have 8 milliwatt power over here. Now the only thing I worry about is that I might not have enough money to run the power lines, and in which case the game's over. But it looks like I do. Alright, and now we're going to have working water, and we're going to have working sewage output in a moment, because I'm going to put the sewer output clear over on the other side of town, which costs a bit of extra money, but it's going to stop my beachfront property from getting ruined. So I like that. Just get connected to the nearest point we can. And we're going to adjust our budgets back to a normal level of spending of 100%. Let's get the sewers and water all cleaned out everywhere. Rocky start, but we survived. People should start liking us a lot more in just a second. There we go. And people are happy again. Except for over here, because this is not meant to stay. So let's take that. All that needs to go away right now. We're actually going to create some industrial zonage on this side up here, I think. But let's just see if we can demolish these buildings. If we'll still have a high industrial demand, or if we'll be okay, because we're filling jobs with commercial right now. Yeah, we're okay. And we are making money as we're starting to gain more and more people now. Sweet. We did not go bankrupt. I did the thing. Okay, and we're going to build another 2 of those just to get ahead of the curve a little bit. Probably don't need them. And we hit our first upgrade, which is going to give us our landfill site, our elementary school, our medical clinics, all those good services, which I can barely afford, but hey, we're gonna do it. Alright, so garbage is my biggest concern right now, and I think we need to put that over in the industrial district. So we need to start moving an industrial district out this direction, which means we're gonna need to do the same sort of off-ramp system we did previously here. So what we started with was 1 node away from the top center point, which would be right here. So 1 node away would be here. Can't tell the angle I'm going at there. There, we'll go up 2. I think that's what we did before. And then we'll go 1 node away and go up 2. It's not upgrade straight tool. There. And then that center junction is going to lead into a 4-way, which we want to go straight up. And then we want these 1-ways to connect in. Not exactly the same, but it'll work. Actually, I kind of want to make those bigger, because this is going to be for the industrial section. And I'm afraid that that will not be big enough to cut it for the truck routes. So let's do this kind of thing. So we'll do 6 lanes out of it, which is a bit excessive, but I think it'll be okay. I wish I could do just a 4-way 1 lane, but I don't have that option yet because I don't have highways. So that'll have to be what I do. Now we want to make sure that they're going the right direction, so this one should be going that way, and then this one should be going the other way. There you go. And then we will merge this down into probably a 4-lane. Well, let's just keep it 6-lane. Might as well. Might as well. Let's get off the upgrade function. We're just going to drag this up this way, and we'll probably do a super block or donut block, whatever you want to call it, I don't know, like we did down there, but for industrial up here. So I think I'll stop right about there. How far did I come on this one? I went 2 blocks, so 2 blocks here. Maybe about there-ish. We'll go to here. That'll be fine. Then we'll start our donut. Alright. And so we'll have an access road running beside it, which we can use later. Let's go 5. There's 4. This will be 5. Am I gonna be able to go 5 up from there? No. Alright, so I guess we'll go 4. This should be 4, right? Yeah. Alright, so we'll go 4 by 4. That should be fine to start. Actually, we'll just make a rectangle instead of a square for this district. And we'll just go like 8 by 4. That'll be fine. Is that about right? That looks about right. And we'll go 4 there. And 4 straight up. Alright. Now we're going to have to put in the 1-way roads, which I think the best we can do would be just 2-lane 1-ways. I don't think I need a full 6-lane for the pass-through. I shouldn't. I wouldn't think I would. And we're going to make the first one a few blocks over. We start here. Let's have a little bit of overlap, so we'll start 1 block over from that. Just kidding. This is where I want to connect. And straight through. And then we want actually to all go that other direction. Okay. It's going to provide us with some decently dense area. There must be an elevation shift right there. Either that or I didn't draw it perfectly straight. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I didn't draw it perfectly straight. It appears to be an elevation issue right there. That's okay. Actually, I think I'm gonna make it every 4 on this one. Yeah, we're gonna make it every 4. Straight through. Leave lots of room for industry here. Oh, I kind of just figured out something I didn't know before. I now know how to make it perfect each time. Alright, well I don't have enough money to continue, so we'll stop there. We'll throw in the initial industrial stuff right here. We have very high demand for it, so I assume this is going to fill almost instantly. We're actually going to get ahead of the game here and just reverse this around. There we go. And then once we have a little bit more money, in just a moment, we'll run pipes and water out that way. Hopefully what we built wasn't a little bit too much for how many residents we have. We might need to actually zone just a little more residential to make sure we stay safe here. So we're just going to do a little residential alongside this road, I think. Let's get a few more people in here and a little bit more tax revenue. We'll have to unzone that later, but I don't want to lose too much money right now, because if we go bankrupt again, then we're just done though. Those 6-lane roads are expensive apparently. Alright, we're starting to make back money. They say they're having issues with sewage outflow. Oh, you know what? I didn't actually end up running power lines out there. I just lost. Shoot. Oh, my bad. Oh, I done goofed. Oh, I done goofed. Ripperoonie. Don't think there's anything I can do about this. Maybe if I drop my budgets, I can get enough money to run lines out there. Nope. There, we can take out a loan. We'll just do that. Alright, water pipes are running through. Alright. There we go. We'll put our budgets back where they belong. Actually gonna zone some residential on the loop, which I'm gonna have to de-zone later, but I feel like we're gonna go bankrupt if I don't. So let's do that. And we'll run some pipes over it. Actually, we're still developing here. I can hold off on that maybe. We're still filling in over here. I'm gonna de-zone that and get rid of those pipes I just built. Reduce maintenance costs. I was premature there. I didn't realize we weren't fully filled in yet. We do need to run power out to the industrial before we run out of money. So let's do that real quick. Let's run it straight from these lines right here. Right on over to there. That should connect, right? Yes. And they do have sewer. Yes. Alright, now we need garbage collection. So we need to put our garbage truck out here. That was part of the reason why we built this zone out here. Put that right there. And then we're gonna have to just not worry about healthcare just yet, but... Alright, and we're at the point where we're almost breaking even. Touch and go there for a while. We touched, they went. Wait, what? It's not right. Hopefully as the garbage trucks make it over there. Ooh, I need to create a bypass for the garbage trucks, huh? Okay, hold on. Just gonna make a one-way for the garbage trucks. So we don't want them to have to go all the way over there. To get to this area. Not enough money. Rip. Alright, well, that'll have to be what it'll be. We might need that little bit extra housing. Most of that's covered, just in case. Alright. And we have water pipes out here, so let's get some more industrial this way. And let's see, where do we have pipes? We have pipes here as well, so let's get a little commercial right here as well. It won't be quite as good as over here, but it'll give us a little bit of tax revenue. Zone all the area we can at the moment. Make sure we don't go too negative again. In theory. Okay, starting to get some more houses popping in because we have more need for it with more resident or more commercial and more industrial. We're playing right on the razor's edge here. All right. Well, it looks like we are going to pull through the beginning of the game without driving ourselves bankrupt with overbuilding. That is good. Oh, so many mistakes were made here. Good thing it has that bailout system. I mean, we were totally planning on using that, totally. It's all part of the plan. And we're going to build a one-way here over to this section as soon as we can, and I think I'm actually going to build it out to here. That way it can get straight to this commercial sector as well as hit these sections of the residential relatively quickly. So we just need to get up to 3,000 money, which won't take too long because now we're starting to really get money. One more tick. Okay, a couple more ticks. It says plus 1,000, but it's not actually going up by 1,000 at a time. Alright, that should be enough. And we'll scale one way that way. Actually, why make that one way? Let's just change that into a two-way. There's no reason to make that a one-way. Alright. Wait, is there a reason to make that one-way? If I don't, then they'll always bypass my loop unless they're going out of town. Those come this way, that'll create traffic jams over there. We'll see how it goes. If traffic starts being an issue, then we'll change that into a one-way. I just kind of want the garbage trucks to have a little bit more of a direct route back to the garbage dump. Is that a garbage truck? It is not. Hey, we hit a milestone. We can take out a second loan, which we might end up having to do. We can do district specializations, fire department, police department. We can do agriculture specialization, which we will be doing. In forestry specialization, we got fire and police services as well now, which is great. I'm looking for garbage trucks. There's one. Okay, so we're gonna actually just follow this guy and see the route he takes. Actually, we can just hit to see route, huh? Okay, so he's gonna go that way. Alright, let's go and watch the direction he takes to come back. He's gonna go, okay, he went around the long way rather than going the shorter way. That's kind of strange. Okay, he's pathfinding back that way, and he's gonna use the roundabout to get back. That's interesting. Huh, okay. Well, that works, I guess. Is a more direct route over to the residential thing, though, is the main thing I wanted. And anyone coming into town going to residential is going to go that way. Anyone coming from industrial is going to come down that way. Excellent. So that breaks up the flow of traffic a little bit. We have a nice little U-turn section here at the end of our commercial district. Could even potentially extend that a little bit more and get just a little bit more zoned in there. Not very much because we run out of map room. And we cannot purchase... Oh, we can purchase our next map tile, but it wouldn't help us out right there any. Because that's just the corner. We're going to need to purchase 2 before we're able to make any use of that. So, we'll leave it for now. Alright. So we survived successfully the first day. We managed to build up to the second milestone. We did take the bailout. And we do have a loan out, but I believe we can just repay the loan right now. Yeah, loan is paid off. So we have no loans, no debts, and we are making money, and we have a nice promising start. So we have a residential district here, an industrial district that will build up over here. We're going to build up a farming district over in this area, and then we'll probably build out more residential. Probably build a farming district here, another commercial district here, and then a giant residential district on this side. Is kind of what I'm thinking for a plan. We need to get services in and all that stuff, so before I forget, I'm going to place those down. I'm going to put them on the access road here, so they can get wherever it is they need to go relatively quickly. Maybe I won't. Looks like they're not covering this area up there then. If I put it on the roundabout. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm gonna think on the services. If you guys have a suggestion on where I should put my services here, let me know. Either way, I want to say thank you guys for joining me today. Hope you had a good time. If you did, make sure you leave a like, favorite, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, YouTubes.